The best podcasts picked fresh for you. This is Podcast Pick on East Coast Radio.
I don't know what you got.
Okay, so I am picking stuff you should know. And if you ever wanted to know about champagne, the Stonewall Uprising, Chaos Theory, LSD, El Nino, True Crime and Rosa Parks, then look no further. Josh and Chuck will tell you about it.
Chucky.
So, Chuck, yes. Josh and
Josh
Chuck.
and Chuck.
Yeah, they sound like two boys from Westville, but they're American.
It just
sounds like a Westville name.
It actually sounds like Beavis and Butthead.
No.
Josh and Chuck.
No, okay.
No, I think that's a very white thing. We don't know what
You don't know Beavis and Butthead?
What is that?
Oh, wow.
But this guy's too young.
Okay, Josh and Chuck. Josh and Chuck, yeah.
Josh and Chuck tell you about all kinds of complicated things that you might not know about and be too embarrassed to ask. But they do so in a really cool, fun way. And here's a bit of one of the podcasts where they discuss how floods work.
Let's just hear.
I can't remember the name of the dam, but it's in Washington State. And in October of this year, it had like a controlled demolition. And they just blew a hole in the bottom.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, this water surge comes pouring out and fills this area up. And then it starts to recede. And you see the water behind the dam just start to go down as the water in front of the dam starts to go up. It's really neat looking.
Okay. Josh and Chuck.
Josh and Chuck.
So the name of the podcast is Josh and Chuck.
No, it is
Stuff
Stuff You Should Know.
Oh, stuff you should know.
Yes.
And I can find it wherever I enjoy my podcast.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Oh, that I'll give that a week's listen and I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I'll give you feedback.
and then this week we have Nicole Engelbrecht who tells us about her own award-winning podcast. It's called The True Crime South Africa.
Let's hear.
I'm Nicole Engelbrecht,
How's
the
it?
creator and host of True Crime South Africa. The podcast is South Africa's first victim-focused true crime podcast. I cover solved and unsolved cases from a victim perspective, and coverage has helped to bring in leads on cold cases. If you like true crime podcasts, or if you want to help raise awareness and give justice to the victims of violent crime, you may find value in my podcast. TCSA is available on Spotify and all major podcast listening platforms. I think True Crime South Africa should be your next podcast pick, because you'll be supporting a local independent podcast that delivers interesting content and real-world change.
All right. Nicole, thank you very much for that. True Crime South Africa. That is, if you're, that'll be a podcast that you should be interested in. Plus, where was Nicole when we needed someone to fill in for Natar? She had that real news delivery of I will give this to you today now.
Look, I think that's why her podcast is so good. It's actually one of the most popular South African podcasts at the moment as well. So, yeah.
TCSA.
It's great. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen, for that. Still on the way, we have some Betway banter. Hey, Sky, are you excited about Betway banter right now?
Of course I am.
No, man, you can't tell when you're so excited. What about the other people that are also excited about the Betway banter?
I have nothing.
Where's Nos? Hey, Nos! Nos, are you excited? Nos, are you excited?
Yeah, no, you know what the thing is.
And the
I can't do Nas.
Okay, so Betway Banter's that's on the way with Blades and the boys. And 10 past 8, Sky Shabalala will tell us how he felt when he found out he was getting a little bit of a prank.
Oh, gosh.
That happened yesterday.
I'm afraid.
Full disclosure time coming up.
The best podcasts picked fresh for you. It's Podcast Pick on East Coast Radio.